Hey everyone, welcome to the Opal Mills. Today we're going to deal with some concrete matrix. It's not much to look at, dry and rough, but when we get to it and finish it off, it's going to look fantastic. You just can't tell yet. So that's the crazy bit about some matrices, you just cannot. You can see a bit of green there. You can't tell anything until it's really treated and which way it'll face and stuff like that. So I'm going to go through slicing some of this up, preparing it, and we're going to be doing this on a 4-inch saw blade. It's the biggest I've got. So we're going to manage somehow to get all these sliced up into manageable slices and then sliced into slabs, depending on which way I think it'll face best. Sometimes you cut one way and that pattern disappears from that face, and so you look at another face and you cut it from another angle. But we'll play around with it and see what we can come up with. Just quickly though, I want to quickly mention we've ended up putting some ads in these. I've tried to keep them at the beginning and maybe at the end. They shouldn't be going all the way through the videos, but I had decided that we'll let the money accumulate for the ads and pour it back into a parcel for a giveaway. Whether it's the entire parcel or not, I'll decide. But in about 6 months, we'll check the account and see if we can't buy a parcel with it and then do something with it for a giveaway, or 2 or 3. So it's up to $100 already, and it's only been about just over 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So it's ticking along all right. Might be a nice little parcel in there somewhere. I think the more views I get, the more that will go up. So yeah. Keep watching the ads. It's doing great. It'll come back to you, somebody, eventually. But anyway, thought I'd just quickly mention that. For this stuff though, I'll give it a quick wet so you can see what we're talking about here. So you can see a bit more colour when it's got some wet. There we go, there's the green popping up more. But the colour's all through the top sort of half of this stone. Sometimes it reaches down a bit lower. So yeah, there we go. It's coming out down here. So first things first is slicing it into some manageable lumps, and this face actually for this one looks good on this side. I'm just going to show it for the camera now. But there is some really nice colour in there. Matrix doesn't really film as well as it looks in real life. It seems to patch it out more rather than the nice electric effect of the colour play. The smooth roll from one block to the next. But yeah, once it's treated, that sort of deals with all that side of things. But even once treated, the footage, it's not coming out true to life very well. So anyway, I'm gonna head over to the saw, start slicing some of this up into more manageable pieces. And yeah, you'll get to see how I'm gonna go about it on a little 4-inch wheel. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a 1.5 mil blade. It's gonna take a fair bit out in each slice, but we'll swap down to a thinner blade a little bit later, once we've gotten these down a bit. So here we go. got to change the saw blade to a new blade, and hole in the other is small. It was this one too. I had to do a bit of a line around the inside and file it out. As you can see, yeah, so I've got to make this one same as this one. To do that with these blades, since they're very thin, these are 0.2 or something, yeah, 0.2 mil. So they're gonna bend very easily, so you'll be very careful doing this. So I'm just gonna mark the hole out, and then you've got to bust it up old Dremel bit. Bottom half's good still, round it out the top. And yeah, we're just gonna use that to Dremel it out. So first things first, open these up to a guesstimated mil. Find the pointed side, they're both pointed. Start a mark. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit. So yeah, start the mark. And it doesn't have to be exactly a mil, but this needs to be 22 mil, and it is 20 mil, roughly 19, 20 mil. So this line's a guide. I will get towards the line evenly with the Dremel and keep checking it against the saw arbor just to get a nice perfect fit. I don't want any slop in it at all. So there we go. Dremel up. Alright, if you're going to try this at home, I hope you sort of paid attention how I sort of turn a bit, turn a bit, and keep it even. The turn and the amount of rubbing and the pressure you use. So that way you keep it very even all the way around. Even as possible. It's got a bit of burr on there, so you watch your fingers. But this should now fit straight on. So, come over here, sorry about the motion. So what we're going to do is try and get it on there. It's just got a raised arbor in the middle. This needs to sit on. There we go, good to go. So after all that slicing, let's see what I'm left with. I noticed in some of these bars, actually I'm just going to clean this camera. There, that's a bit noticeably better. So I'll zoom in as well. But yeah, some of these I noticed in here, I thought it goes from blue through to green. It gets a bit of orange in it. And some of them. It's going to show me now. There we go. Only one side available there. There we go. So up here is a nice looking bar. So these could be some really nice double-sided, unless I decide to slice it. Maybe even try for a second face. Might even do that. I did that with some of it. I'd slice the green bar for the top. There's nothing to see there. It's in between bars. There's a bar sandwiched in there. And just a bar of the nicer colour, which will probably take down from this as the top, so it brings it down into there. Or I could go that way, but try and avoid that. Go from the other side, I think. Colours aren't super strong at the moment. Bit of a skew cut there. Oops. Ink stains there anyway. So it's alright. Just this base was too thick to deal with. But did it all on the 4-inch. So to head over to the wheel and start having a look at some of this, I think. Take this top down and see what stones are under it. So I cut it accordingly to plan to have that as the face. And I want to see if I guessed right. Anyway, I've got some of this cooking at the moment. Actually, we'll go have a look at that. So, got me a glove on. Let the steam out. And have a look at some of this stuff. So, the treated stones I did of the last lot are in here as well. They're going for a proper treat. The last one was a very short treat, I will admit. Great. Just to see what they would treat like. Colour's way better than what you're seeing there. And there's also some slices that I'm treating to see how they'll treat. I can't see too much colour in at the moment. See if we zoom in a bit more. There's a bit of colour in all these. Nice flashes and predominantly green and purple, green and blue. It's hot. So yeah, first treat I wasn't happy with because I did it so short and it clearly wasn't a full result that these deserved. Here's the angle. So these are hot. Yeah, so hopefully these will go a lot darker this round. And yeah, I'll probably put some of this up for sale if it turns out that it looks like it could be cut with some decent results, and get some of that out to you guys. But yeah, so I've got that going on. Cutting and slicing some more. Got some in the middle of being cut. still yet to be finished off. And yeah, so back over the table for a second. I'm just going to go clean up. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. I've decided it was this one. And yeah, decided to take the stain out best I could. Hopefully that clears up. I have to get rid of that corner. Break. We'll sort it out. Just want to see if the colour comes up. So let's have a look. About that crack. I'm gonna ruin the stain now. Do something else. Oh no, doesn't go all the way down. You might be able to salvage it. colour's coming through a bit more now. Should look a little bit better when it's treated. Still going to be cut properly yet. It's just a rough rub. Yeah, that's what I call a rough rub. It's on the 150. Probably shouldn't play on this too much. Always get it better on the next wheel. So I'll clean a few more of these up and we'll see what we come up with. So here we have the 2 different batches that went in for the Ribena treatment, and they're ready to go in the acid. And so I'm going to do a bit of a rotation. So these ones we saw before, and in all honesty, I did a very sort of a quick treat in the time I had. So they're going to get a proper 6-day treat this time. And they didn't do too bad, but I'd like to see them go darker. And these pieces I'm just going to treat just to bring the colour out so you can see what they are, and probably sell some of that off if anyone's interested. So got that lot going, that lot going. The stuff that we just cut before, which is going to go into the pot, and that'll get started the treatment on that. So we won't get to see that one in this video finished, but this is staggered, so the next video you'll see them getting finished, or one of these videos. The next, yeah, you'll see these that go in here come out, and another lot go in, and we'll just keep rotating them. So yeah, you won't always get to see the start to finish in each video, but these ones you've sort of seen anyway. I really wish the colours had come out so much better than this. As in person, that is so, yeah, very colourful, and it's just really not, so it's not picking it up too well on the camera. It looks amazing in person. So yeah, anyway, there's those ones. Hopefully a nicer shade of dark to go along with it, bring those colours out more. Really nice orange flash in it, orange green shift. And we're also going to put these ones in a pot without the glass jar in a jar, and just leave them, and then I'll just drain that into another jar to get these out. These ones will be going into some fresh solution, so we're going to do another, let's see what happens when he goes into acid, and I'll probably speed that up just because it takes a while to react. You can see little black plumes of carbon coming out of them, and yeah, I like it, so I'm going to do it again. I've never seen it before, so yeah, I'll keep doing it while I can with fresh batches of acid, just because it looks cool. Okay, so I'm going to rehydrate all of this. It's gone very thick and syrupy from the last cook. And some more Ribenas to the mix. Finish that off. Alright. Give that a quick stir. Alright. And now we're just going to add these next batch. There we go. So we're going to turn the heat on to high. Let all that heated up and bubbling. Looks like a good vantage point there. So I'm going to lower the first few stones. Where are we? First few stones I put in there just so they don't stack on top of each other. I'll lower them in. and started neutralising this out the acid. It's Monday, and I've got a day before I'm heading back to Andamooka. So this is going to neutralise for a bit, and probably wait till I get back before I do any resin coating on it. I'll have to attack that when I get back. As you can see, it's sort of still bubbling a bit. Some bubbles still coming out. So I won't handle it too much, but I will. And yeah, it's in bicarb soda, still neutralising. But I should be right enough. Some of this is, I think I mentioned, is going to be for sale, and I'm sort of just treating it to show how it treats. But some bits I'm also doing, but I've got a fair bit of this that I'm not going to be able to do it all myself, and so I'm going to do what I want and sell some on, and you guys can do what you want. But yeah, some really nice, and this is not showing up anywhere like it does in person. These are a little bit more electric in colour. They've been block and blotched. It's that, but a bit more intense. Yeah, I can't explain. So yeah, I'll just go through a few of these. These are the ones that I treated the first time, but they didn't quite treat satisfactorily because I only did a 3-day treat. But that's the full 6 days. And they've come up quite well. I like that pattern. That's when I cut it sideways as opposed to straight through the bar. So they would have been stacked that way when they're in the main stone. Probably not from the same main stone, but yeah. This was the bottom part. Oh no, this was the middle one. That was the bottom one. So it almost ran out of colour down there. There we go. So they've turned out some really nice colour in them. And again, you got to see them in person. These are gorgeous. Just, yeah, surprised the amount of colour you can actually get in these. Yeah, well, that turned out a lot more colour than I thought. I thought it was only going to have a green patch down here. But that's showing up some nice oranges there too. Cool. There's that blue. And the big flashy one. Good to go orange. I think it's because I've got two lights on. Turn this one off. There we go. It's really nice. Pretty bright actually. Brighter than it's again showing. For some reason Matrix is the worst at film. As far as bringing the colour up true to life. So that'll lights up at some stage, that one. What else we got here? Oh yeah, I didn't really do too much more on that one. Still a nice looking stone, bit of colour in it. Good for a specimen if nothing else. So yeah, here we go. Here's some rough that I'll be making available. Some really nice colours. I've just left them thick enough, around about the 5mm mark, 6mm mark. So if you want to cut them that way, you can either slice them again and get a couple of 2mm slices out of it, or you can cut them down into dome stones. You do what you like. And I've got, yeah, that other bunch that we cut before earlier in this video, that's in being treated as well. So this is just the stuff I got to before that. Got to start on. So much of this to do. The cover goes all the way through. Some of these are just make interesting pendants. Not going to be super expensive stones. I don't see why they don't get a decent dollar, but because they're treated and because they're resin coated, they're not natural, beautiful nature displayed at this way opal type thing. So it does get the lesser value, but it's more affordable then. And for those who just like opal, that can't afford the big stuff, well, you can. When it's this. It's just a slice. We gotta get that one. Yes, we got here. So these aren't polished, they're just pretty much roughly sliced. That one's a bit of a wedge. I think I threw that bit in just to see what it will do. No, that's right. That's the top. That bar you want to take down from here. And it's got colour all the way through. There's a nice solid bar. I cut the bar out there. So that'll be a really nice stone. It goes all the way through. Yeah, cut out little sections and cut up little stones. It's like 3 blocks there. 4 blocks. All light up at different angles. It's quite bright. So yeah, I'll get onto getting these up, probably on Facebook at the moment. It's just a bit easier to preload them all on there. Just put a couple of parcels up, see how they go. Some really nice bright little stones in here to be had. But again, these will be resin treated. Make sure these are something you're familiar enough to go, yep, I'll give it a go. And yeah, see what you can do with this sort of stuff. But yeah, it does come up quite nice. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do a resin treatment video on another video. Run out of time this week, heading back to Andamooka, more mining. And I'll get to working some more of these. I've got finish off the carving today and cut that stone. So here's a heads up, if I can find the dish. What I've decided is I'd like to make it worth my while cutting it. We're going to go with an oval with minimal loss as possible. We get a really nice oval out of that. So that was from a video. I said I'll see what you guys think. And some of you said leave it freeform. Some suggested an oval. So I think I might just go with the oval. It makes for an easier sale with that oval shape for starters, as opposed to freeform. Heads up if anyone's looking to sell their opal. The shape matters as far as sellability. Unless you're working your own bits, which I can do. So sometimes I'll do what I want. But if I'm going to start selling some stones for other people to do what they like with, I've got to start presenting them a bit more traditional. So that'll be an oval. Yeah, so I better get on with my day and I'll catch you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed that one. Cheers.